So interval notations have got wide range of applications when we study functions and inequalities in general. So especially when we are studying, say, domain of a function, range of a function. So to understand domain, range of a function, to represent them on a graph, the knowledge of interval notations is very important. So let us begin with discussing what an interval is. So in mathematics, we say that interval is a set of real numbers that contain all real numbers between them. So it's a set. So we are saying interval is a set, and this set is of real numbers, and these real numbers lie between any two numbers, say A and B. Say for example, let us talk about -2 and 2. So if we represent -2 and 2 on number line, say this is our number line, this is 0, +1, +2, -1, -2. So now we are trying to figure out all real numbers between -2 and +2. So obviously we can mark this region lying between -2 and +2. So this is all these numbers lying between -2 and the +2 will be a part of our interval. Okay, but there are certain rules associated with interval notation. We need to discuss those rules first. So to begin with, let us begin with an inequality. Say this is the first example. Say x is greater than 2. So this is an inequality. Let us try to represent x greater than 2 on a number line. This is our number line. Let this be 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and obviously to the right infinity positive, and to the left it will be infinity negative, right? So we know here that x is greater than 2, so obviously we'll go towards the right side, the positive side. X greater than 2, so we'll mark the entire region to our right, to the right of 2, and we'll make a open circle here. I repeat, we'll make a open circle here. Why we are making an open circle? Because when we say x greater than 2, 2 is not included. So because not included, so 2 is not included, hence all real numbers greater than 2 will be a part of this interval. Now how do we do? So say this is the number line representation. This is the number line representation of this interval. How will we represent this in the notation form? So the notation form will be like this. So on our left we have 2, on our right it goes up to positive infinity, so we'll write 2 comma infinity. Now we have to close this with brackets. Since 2 is an open circle, we'll use round bracket or parenthesis here, and with infinity we always use parenthesis. So the notation interval or the interval notation form for x greater than 2 will be 2 comma infinity. Let us take one more example. Say instead of x greater than 2, suppose we have x greater than or equal to 2. So the first step remains the same. We'll draw the number line. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, 3, goes up to infinity, This is negative to the left. Here x is greater than or equal to 2. So this is our 2. This is our 2. X is greater than or equal to 2, which means we have to move to right, and this time 2 is included. So when 2 is included, here we had an open circle. Here we'll have a closed circle. Closed circle. Closed circle. And now, how will we represent this in the interval notation form? Let's see. So the notation form of x greater than or equal to 2 would be, since we are including 2, in the previous case 2 was not included. In this case 2 is included because x is greater than or equal to 2. So we'll use square brackets. And as in the previous case with infinity, we always use parentheses. So the interval notation form of x greater than or equal to 2 would be square bracket 2 comma infinity round brackets or parentheses. So as a rule, what do we have? So whenever there is open circle, we use the parenthesis. Whenever there is a closed circle, we will use square brackets. When do we have open circle? When it is not included. When do we have closed circle? When the number is included. Okay, let us discuss one more example. So suppose this time we'll go for a slightly harder example this time. Say for example, we have x greater than -2 and say less than 2. Let's try to represent on number line, and then we will try to figure out the interval notation. The interval notations. So number line, this is our 0, this is -1, this is -2, and so on, negative infinity. This is +1, +2, goes up to infinity. So here x is greater than -2. So greater than -2, greater than -2. So obviously to the right. So obviously to the right of -2. And x is less than +2. So less than +2. So left of 2. Left of 2 and to the right of -2. So all these points, all these real numbers between -2 and +2 will be your answer. Are we going to include -2 and +2? So we have to look at the relation. What kind of relation? So this is inequality. So we are going to put open brackets. Open bracket here and open bracket here. If I replace the question, so let me finish the interval notation. So the interval notation in this case will be parenthesis, because we have got open brackets, -2, comma 2. If I replace the condition, say in the next example, if we put -2, x greater than or equal to -2, and say less than or equal to 1. So what will be the representation in this case? So this is 0, this is -1, this is -2, this is +1, this is +2, greater than or equal to -2, greater than or equal to, so you can put a solid circle, okay, a closed circle here, closed. Less than or equal to 1, so you can put a 1, so you can also put a closed circle here, another closed circle. So all numbers, all real numbers between -2 and 1 are your solution. And how do we represent in notation form? So the notation form goes like this. Square brackets, remember the rule, whenever there is a closed circle, we'll use square brackets. -2 and 1, again a square bracket because this number is also closed. Okay, yeah. So what we have discussed so far, that interval is a set of real numbers which contain real numbers between them. Say for example, -2 and 2. So this is an interval, and this interval will contain all real numbers between -2 and 2. Now there are certain laws, rules associated with the use of brackets. So what are those rules? So depending on the sign of inequality. So whenever you have a greater than sign or less than sign, we'll always use open circles. Whenever you have greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, we'll use closed circles. Okay, so let me give you one practice question to solve. Say this time you have x greater than or equal to -1 and less than 3. How will you represent this? Number line, obviously. This is 0, this is -1, this is +1, +2, +3. Again, x is greater than or equal to, so we will put a closed circle at -1. X is less than 3, so we'll put an open circle at 3. And all real numbers between -1 and 3 will be our answer. What will be the notation form? The notation form goes like this. Since this is a closed circle here, we'll use square bracket, -1, 3, round bracket or parenthesis. So this will be the notation form for the interval -1 and 3. I hope this would have given you basic idea about interval notations. Thank you.